Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And as you guys know, if this video hits 1,500 likes within 24 hours, we're giving away $100 worth of crypto. And all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And right now, there's some really beautiful rainy weather right here, and I'm wondering, what's the weather looking like over there for you? Having said that, first a little bit of a motivational tweet here from Dr. Schwartz, not to be confused with the actual David Schwartz, it's just a joke account basically. But the XRP community heading to Swell 2023, and there's a bunch of luxurious, to say the least, cars in a little bit of a row, and that's one fun thing. You know, we are invested in different cryptocurrencies. A good part of it is because of money, but another sense is actually because of community. Have you guys also noticed that, for example, the Discord, and actually a lot of Discords for that matter, are just filled with people with enthusiasm, just people who would like to talk with each other about crypto, for example, or even about other things? It might just be an entry into a whole new realm of just people that are, for example, like-minded, or just people that you get along with that also might, I guess, be into crypto then. Maybe not real like-minded, but still somewhere you're close, I guess. And that's something that I also think people take way too lightly sometimes. How fun it can be to really have people that you can connect with. And that's why, for example, we have Discord, link is down below. It's just so you're with people that also might have the same interests, or you might be able to earn more by getting some others' tips. Not saying it's always going to work, but it might. And I just personally think this YouTube for me is another very fun way to interact with you guys. That's why I always try to ask a little bit of a question like, what's your weather looking like and what place are you watching this from? Just because I really like to know where you guys are at and just trying to kind of have a bond there. That's just something I really find fun. Then an article, when might XRP holders receive DFLR tokens from Flir Finance DeFi? The roadmap has been revealed. Vladislav Sopov here has posted, Flir Finance will be the first decentralized financial ecosystem built on Flir blockchain. So keep in your head, all right, Flir Finance is not the same as the real Flir that we all know about. It's, I guess, another layer on top. And that's again what will be branching out XRP to a whole different layer, because it will be Flir on top of XRP and Flir Finance to build on top of the Flir, basically. Here's how its DFLR token, which is not the same as the other ones we talked about, will be airdropped to enthusiasts. So let's quickly read it here a little bit. Here's the roadmap, I guess, as of this point. We got the XRP snapshot, which was the 12/12/2020. Then self-custody, $FLR, which is Spark, supported exchange. No, then receive 0 Spark. Yes, 15% of FLR upon launch of the Flir network. 85% of SFLR each month for 25 and 35 months. Self-custody, receive 100% of SDFLR. Are you an exchange? Then exchange supporting SDFLR. Then again, S is $ in this case, then receive 100%. No, then move your 50% FLR to self-custody / supported exchange. Then again, no, you will receive 0 SDFLR. Yes, you will receive 100% DFLR based on your 15% FLR. And then use DFLR to claim YFLR. It sounds a little bit annoying or maybe strange, but it's basically so that if you have FLR, you can get DFLR, and if you have DFLR, you can get YFLR, right? That's basically what it comes down to. They're all different things, basically, on Flir. But let's quickly read it here so you guys might get a better understanding of it, because I can understand why it's a little bit vague right now. To calculate the amounts of DFLR required for the airdrop, Flir Finance will take the snapshot of Flir balances a month after Flir blockchain begins operations. Then the users will receive 15% of its Flir stake, which will be calculated 1-to-1 to the XRP balance as of December 12th, and the full entirety of the DFLR stake. Flir networks will be disseminating the remaining 85% of Flir tokens within 24 to 36 months after the Flir launch, and at the same time, DFLR holders will be able to exchange them on YFLR tokens. In turn, YFLR tokens will act as the core digital asset of all decentralized financial instruments under the Flir Finance umbrella, and thus Flir Finance is laser focused on the adoption of its solutions in the Flir community. And now, the big question was, which DeFi services will be available on Flir? As covered before, Flir Network is going to launch its blockchain as soon as May 2021, or a little bit later, but alright. This date was confirmed recently by CEO Huge Pilion. Flir will be a I guess, will be a programmatic blockchain that marries XRP remittances instruments with smart contracts. Point being, from my perspective, is first of all, Spark/Flir, all of that stuff, I don't think is going to be classified as security regardless of what happens to XRP. But the more important part is actually talking about the fact that I do not support all of this. Now, that's, again, two-sided. All right, don't think I'm a bearish guy. I'm just saying I do not support the distribution. We've all had a lot of issues with XRP. All right, we've all seen them, at least. Maybe you've not had them yourself, but you've seen them. And one of those was always Ripple has too much. And that one has been going around for years now, and it's still here. Flir has the exact same distribution like Ripple does, where Flir had 55 billion. Right now it's a little bit less, but still roughly 55. Let's put it at that, and let's say maybe 50 then, whatever. They still have half the total Flir, which means they'll still have half the total DFLR, if I'm not mistaken, and half the YFLR that will ever be available. That's just what they have. And you might say, oh, but that's going to be used for ecosystem apart. You know, I believe 25% is for the team, and then 30% or so was for Flir ecosystem, basically. But still, that's the whole freaking point. Why give the team so much? It's ridiculously much, in my opinion. If they were to give 8% to themselves, maybe 10, all right. I mean, I'm fine with that. Even though I think it's a lot of money still, it's not that crazy for a project. I'm not saying that even the 25 that they're taking, if it's 25, could be 20, is really strange. It's just, I think, a little bit outdated. If platforms are doing it right now, I'm not really supporting it too much. And even though in this case here, Flir is completely free, so I'll accept it, I would personally never buy Flir for its use, purely because of the distribution. I would only buy it to just sell it for a profit eventually, or because, well, it may be useful. However, in the end, I do not support the use. Do you guys get that? So Bitcoin, I can even support because of its use, in the sense that, well, I might buy it, I might use it, because, well, it's easy possibly. Same thing for Flir, but I'm not supporting the use, in the sense that I don't think it should be helped. Same thing for Bitcoin. I think you can even still mine it and not have your best interest for Bitcoin. It's just purely for a money perspective. And that's kind of the same thing I have with Flir. I see Flir purely as a cash cow, and that's just because of the distribution. I might be proven wrong. It may become very big. All right, I'm not saying it cannot be big. I'm just saying it might make us a lot of money. I'm very happy with that. But I think the distribution here is something they should really work on still. They now still have time, because I think it's really BS. Right? They already did a little bit on it, because I think they already cut their own supply just a little bit. But I think they should do it even more, just to show, hey, you know, we're with the time. We're going with the time, and we are here for you, not just for our own gain. Hannah said, timing is everything. All planned years back. The twist is XRP will be labeled as a currency once the lawsuit is dropped. We are at the climax, you will love the ending. So I just want to reiterate or retell my story about why I do not think XRP will be dropped. And I don't even have to go over the whole story again. It's just very simple. If a case like this gets dropped, you do not get an official answer on the allegations. So what that would mean is the case, if it were to be dropped, would still leave XRP in the middle, because they cannot just all of a sudden now claim XRP as a currency, because who would do that? It would be the court then. The SEC cannot make rules themselves. They have to do these things through court or through other bodies of the government. They could only propose some new ideas, which then can be, I guess, agreed upon. But that would first of all take a lot of freaking time afterwards. And second of all, it would still spark up more lawsuits against XRP, because all these people that are watching right now with a keen eye want this lawsuit to go over. And even Ripple possibly could actually sue them back for the same exact suit to just move on, as I think they're prepared. I think they will go on, but I don't think it will be dropped. I think it will just be a positive result in the end. But that might take a couple of months still, though. We do not know about that. Then M here said, the delusion in the XRP community is real. From shutting down exchanges in order to test the system to shaking the masses out before flipping the switch, you guys are crazy. I still believe in XRP long term, but make no mistake, being an XRP right now is risky. And like XRP Army News says a little bit down below, okay, so what's not risky? And that's one thing that's very important, all right? Is XRP risky? You got me. Yes, it is. You cannot say it's a very safe investment right now, because they got a pretty big lawsuit and we don't know how manipulated everything is. Like Hannah says, everything is manipulated in a positive sense, but who knows? It could all be manipulated in a negative sense. I cannot tell for certain. So I'm not going to say it is not a risk. In the end, we think it will win. And we also agree, I guess us as investors, that other investments are most likely pretty scary too. I mean, Bitcoin, for example, went down like crazy. It could be going up, and by the time you're watching this in like an hour and a half, I think, we could have shot up a lot as well. I do not know. Could be. However, it is still a risk logically, right? I think you guys can all see that. Bitcoin is still a risk. I was hoping for 27.5 thousand, which still might happen here very soon. At least we got another dip here. But you guys see what I'm trying to say? So what is safe then? Is gold safe? You can say it's a good store of value, but is that safe? No, as of yet, yeah. In the end, we do not know. Gold could have another supply crisis. Gold could turn around eventually because people might not want to hold it anymore because of some bigger policy thing. There could be some scandal. Who knows? Is the US dollar safe? For now, yes. Eventually, I do not know. And that's why long term really beats the short term in terms of risk, because XRP is really not that risky if you start to think about it. But hey, that's just my opinion. Then former Ripple CTO actively dumping XRP amid legal crisis. Ripple's co-founder and former CTO Jim McCaleb has been dumping a significant number of his XRP tokens into the market. The move could have severe implications on the altcoin's price, given its lack of liquidity after several cryptocurrency exchanges suspending its trading activity. Indeed, XRP might take a 33% nosedive if it closes below 28 cents. So following his departure from Ripple 2013, McCaleb announced that he started liquidating his coins. He said, "I have given away and donated some of my 9 billion XRP to charities such as Miri, Literacy Bridge, Give Directly, Mission Bit, and others. Now I plan to start selling all of my remaining XRP beginning in 2 weeks. Because I have immense respect for the community members and want to be transparent, I'm publicly announcing this before I start." Interesting, right? It is very interesting. And I'm not going to say it's a bad thing what he's doing either. Because again, he's a founder, and a lot of the founders of projects have sold over time. The only thing I think is bad is just that there now are even less exchanges, and he's still continuing this on. So that could even be more of a downfall towards it. But then in the end, some others have said this is good because he's really putting the coins back in distribution, right? Putting the coins back in the round instead of just him holding 10 billion, which of course would have created scarcity, but in the end would have also made the supply a lot more scarce, which meant the XRP price in a positive sense should have gone higher. And if it didn't do that, it could have more liquidity problems. And then Ripple versus Tetragon. Court issues temporary restraining order limiting XRP sales. The court with jurisdiction over the Ripple Labs vs Tetragon litigation has issued a temporary restraining order limiting XRP sales. Ripple is prohibited from trading XRP to the extent that it must have a zero balance. And I think this is very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. The reason I'm saying that is because Tetragon can sell back all its shares if XRP is deemed to be a security. And now Tetragon basically wanted to sue them because they should lock the price before it falls down, at which they can already trade this stock back in, basically. Now, the lawsuit is a pretty strange one in the sense that it basically is they made already a contract up front, which they seem to be following still, but the court has now ordered that they are basically putting everything still right as of this point, so that Tetragon is safe. On the other hand, they're respecting Ripple for the fact that they're not having to sell all the sales back, that they do not have to buy back all the shares basically instantly. That's the point. And you can already understand the reasons. The price could really go down rather quickly, and a lot of lawsuits could be coming on in quickly after the SEC calls XRP a security. So, of course, they want to get out really quickly just before that since they're not that faithful, which I find weird because you're invested in this company because you had faith in it, and everything that's happening right now was known before. But again, that is just my opinion. Hopefully, you guys all enjoyed it. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you guys at Swell 2023, where you guys are all driving your Dawns, Wraiths, your Lamborghinis, Ferraris, whatever, your G-Wagons. And if that's not your thing, then maybe I'll see you on a scooter, or you with the bike, or maybe as a pedestrian just walking around. Would still be fun, I think. But yeah, hopefully it's still going to be big in due time. Let's all hope for it. We cannot know for certain, but as long as we keep faith, it's just another investment, right? As long as you're well diversified, I don't think it should matter too much. And yeah, I'm still very much positive towards it. But let me know if you guys are or aren't down below, and I'll see you all again in another crypto video. Take care and have a nice one.